Today, we are looking at what you might call the unsung hero of the server room.
Or maybe the thing nobody ever thinks about.
Exactly. We've pulled the specs from Key Digital, pricing from resellers like HDTVSupply, and our mission really is to figure out how this one piece of hardware, the KD-SMS16, can stop a cabling nightmare.
Because it really can become a
But
nightmare.
where good intentions go to die, right?
Yeah.
All those cables.
It is.
Yeah.
In professional AV, we actually have a name for it. Box sprawl.
Box sprawl. Okay.
Yeah, you get these huge setup signals going everywhere, and suddenly you have dozens of these little black boxes, transmitters, receivers, extenders, just, piled up.
Hung up on a shelf, and that's what this KD-SMS16 is meant to fix. The name is pretty utilitarian,
It is.
but I'm guessing the 16 is the key part.
That's the key. This isn't for your home cable box. The 16 is its capacity. This single system holds up to 16 of Key Digital's units.
Okay, so let's pause on that. Why a special shelf? I'm looking at the photo from the source material, and it looks like a metal bracket with slots. If I'm an installer, why wouldn't I just grab a generic flat shelf for like $50 and just stack the boxes?
You could do that. A lot of people do. But you'd basically be creating a ticking time bomb.
How so?
Well, first, airflow. These are active electronics encoders, decoders, and they generate heat.
Right.
You stack them, you cook them. It's that simple. The KD-SMS16 gives each one its own space to breathe. But there's also the spaghetti mess you mentioned earlier.
The cables!
Exactly. Imagine 16 devices on a flat shelf. You need to service just one of them.
Oh, that's a mess. You'd have to pull it out without unplugging 3 other things.
Good luck. This system locks them in vertically. It's about serviceability just as much as it's about being tidy.
I noticed in the source material it lists a whole bunch of model numbers that fit this, the KDIP 922, the CX800, the IP1080. It feels like alphabet soup.
It does a bit, yeah.
Does that mean this is a proprietary thing?
It's an ecosystem play. That's
Yeah.
what you're seeing. Those models you just mentioned, the IP922s and IP1080s, those are AV over IP encoders and decoders. It's the modern way to distribute video over a network. Key Digital built this shelf to fit the exact size of their gear. It's not one size fits all. It's a precision home for their tools.
So it's really the physical backbone for their whole network video system. That makes sense. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room then.
The price.
The price. It's listed at $350 for a metal bracket.
I get that reaction. It's a moment of sticker shock, for sure.
I mean, that feels steep.
It does. Until you zoom out and think about what you're putting in it. Those 16 encoders, you're probably looking at $10,000, maybe $20,000 of hardware.
Okay, put that way. A $350 insurance policy to keep them from melting sounds a bit more reasonable.
Precisely. And speaking of insurance, there's a really interesting detail in the pricing data about where you buy it from.
You're talking about the warranty stuff from HDTVSupply?
I am. This is one of those classic insider details.
Yeah.
Key Digital themselves offer a standard 3-year warranty.
Which is pretty good.
It's industry standard. It's fine. But if you get it through the reseller we looked at, HDTVSupply, they automatically bump that up to a 5-year warranty.
And that's at no extra cost.
0 extra cost. They also mentioned price match guarantee. So you could buy the exact same piece of metal from 2 places for the same price, but one of them gives you 2 extra years of coverage.
That's a huge difference. It really shows that in the B2B world, who you buy from matters just as much as what you buy.
It all connects back to reliability.
Yeah.
In an enterprise setup, good enough usually isn't.
So we've got a system that manages heat, organizes the chaos, and you can even get extended protection if you're a savvy buyer. It seems like the boring stuff is really the most important stuff.
It so often is. We all love to talk about the 8K video walls and the fancy cameras, but none of it works if the signal distribution fails.
It's the stagehand that makes the start look good.
Exactly. And it makes you realize, in some million-dollar corporate boardroom, the most critical part might just be this $350 bracket.
Right.
Because if that fails, if a cable gets knocked loose because the rack is a mess, the screen goes black.
And nobody cares how expensive the camera was.
Nobody.
A sobering thought for anyone building a system. Don't skimp on the infrastructure. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you on the next one.